The 2023 NHL entry draft goes June 28 and 29 in Nashville. And of course, all eyes, a lot of people will be focused in on Brayden Yager, considered a top prospect for the NHL entry draft. We're joined by head coach Mark O'Leary, who probably knows Brayden Yager the best. He's had Brayden under his wing since the Hub season, and Brayden has excelled over the course of the past couple 2.5 years. Mark, first off, I'd like to ask, in your opinion, what makes Brayden Yager a top prospect for this draft?
Well, I think the thing that jumps off the page is his offensive ability. He scores goals, he creates offense, but for me, it's the impact that he has in other areas of the game. Oftentimes players, especially in their draft year, they talk about being a 200-foot player, but I think Brayden, he backs that up with the way that he plays, whether it's his checking, his work without the puck to get it back, his defensive responsibility, putting himself in good spots for his teammates to make plays with the puck, and then the offense that we mentioned, and that's the hockey sense to be in good places, but his speed and his shot as well.
We're talking with head coach Mark O'Leary about Brayden Yager and his game as he prepares for the 23 NHL entry draft. Mark, you talked about Brayden's checking. Let's go through an example of Brayden Yager and his checking abilities.
So we talk about his ability to score goals, but when we don't have the puck, what does he do? And here he is on the forecheck coming in here. And we talk about getting a stick on puck, angling, finishing on top of your man. And here's a good example. There's a stick on the puck and then working, making sure that he finishes on top. And that's the difference between the puck coming back towards our end. And now in this case, now we're playing in the offensive zone. Another example here. Okay, the puck is heading back towards our end. Hey, Brayden's not taking his time back here, hustling back through the middle of the ice. Again, there's the stick on puck and the work to finish on top. Now we can start our transition going the other way. More of the same here, back checking situation. Effort and compete, second effort to get back. Again, we can start our transition all because Brayden made a decision that he's going to catch him, stick on puck, and finishing on top. One last example here. Again, in the offensive zone, puck switching sides now. It's gone over here. Brayden, again, not taking his time, cruising back here. He's working to get above the puck. Stick on puck. Now we're going back into the offensive zone. So again, yes, he can score goals, but it's his work that he does without the puck to give him more opportunities to play in the offensive zone.
Mark, let's move on. Let's talk about Brayden Yager and inside the defensive zone. And these are good clips because Brayden is known for his offense. A lot of offensive guys don't like to play in the defensive zone, but Brayden is a different story.
Yeah, again, a player that talks about being a 200-foot player. So we saw some examples in the offensive zone and how to get the puck back, but you're going to have to spend some time in the defensive zone. And here's Brayden here. Obviously, he wants the puck. Your best players want the puck in their hands, but you have to put yourself in a position where you're available for your teammate and you try to make it as easy for them as possible. And you see an example here, Brayden taking his time, nice flat route here through inside the dots. Now we can get the puck in a position where we're going the other way. Again here, this is Brayden here in the middle of the ice. Following the puck, again, not getting too far ahead of it. Timing his skating, putting himself in a position where he can show his stick, demand the puck, and again, get that puck between the dots where he wants it, where we can now see his speed driving for offense going the other way. A couple more examples. When Brayden's at his best, he's driving through the middle of the ice with the puck. I know he likes to compare himself to Nathan MacKinnon, and here you can see again, get in a position where you can get that puck with speed inside the dots, but it starts with the decision to put yourself there in that spot, but again, timing your skating so you can get that in the right spot. And one more example here. It starts off a little bit of scoring, but again, starting in the defensive zone, now we can see that elite speed that's leading to offense. But again, it starts in the defensive zone, getting yourself in a good spot. Now he can do what he does and score goals.
Brayden Yager is a guy that can score goals. Head coach Mark O'Leary, how does Brayden Yager score?
Well, when you talk about Brayden Yager, the first thing that comes to mind is his shot. But he's not a one-trick pony. He can create offense for his teammates. But we saw some examples of what he does to get the puck back. We saw some examples of making himself available for his teammates in the defensive zone. But again, this is his trademark. puck's on his stick, it's off the stick in a hurry, and score. When he hits the net, I like our chances of it getting in the net. There's a good example of it, coming down the wing, diving over top of the puck, finding the back of the net. You know, this year, his stats changed quite a bit in terms of adding more assists. This is a good example. You know, not just driving down here and shooting from outside the dots. He has the hockey sense, the patience to slow down, let this play develop. Finds the open man in the slot, but again, doesn't settle for outside ice here. He does the work to get back inside the dots, and like the breakouts in our zone, shows his stick, demands the puck back. Now he's in a position to do what he loves to do best, dive over top of that puck in the back of the net. It's a great shot. And then one more example here of, you know, not just a shot, but the hockey sense and the smarts to put himself in good spots to score goals. And he's not a perimeter guy. So here we are, all on the outside, finding a spot at the right time. Brayden's over here. He's going to jump into open ice at the right time, on his stick, off his stick, in the back of the net. And he knows that if he wants to score at the next level, he's going to have to do it, not just on the outside, but inside here. And there's a good example.